Hey, it's Art. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are discussing flip stereo effects returns, a super simple way to help balance the stereo image of our stereo instruments and the effects that they are sent to, while also perhaps adding dimensionality to those instruments and the mix overall. So without further ado, let's hop into the digital audio workstation and get started. All right, this technique is super easy. We simply take a stereo instrument. I like the E-piano stock from Logic. It's very stereo from the point of view of the player. And so the low end notes are going to be more so panned to the left. And then the high end notes are more so panned to the right. Then we will send a stereo instrument like this to a stereo effect. It works even better if we do dual mono processing, so we have independent control over the left and right channels. And then we will flip those channels so that the right channel becomes the left, left becomes the right. And in that way, we can help balance out any lopsidedness in our instruments, while also potentially providing a lot of dimensionality to those instruments. So before we get too deep into it, I do write about this technique and 99 more of my favorite music production techniques in a series of PDFs. You can get all of them for free in the first link in the description box down below. Just sign up to my newsletter and I'll send them to you right away. All right, so getting to the demo, once again, we have the E-piano right here. Nice stereo instrument. Little C Lydian action for you there. And what we can do is send this to a variety of different effects. Let's start off by setting it to bus 19. Bus 19 comes in here. I'll unmute that to the little plate. And you can see that I have this set up in dual mono. So we have left and right control independent. So the right has quite a bit of decay. I'd say probably 10 seconds. The left has a much shorter decay, around 2 seconds. And then I have this gain right here where we can swap the left and right channels at the click of a button. So I'll turn this off to start off. A low note is going to have more information on the left in the case of this instrument. And we have more reverb on the left than we do on the right. You can actually see it here in the mixer if you look close enough. Much more in the left. Now if I was to flip this, you actually hear the difference. It's much more balanced as a result. Again, the mix is all the way wet on this, and we are processing it in dual mono mode. And as we go up, you hear more of the high-end reverb in the left-hand channel now. Don't mind my piano playing. I am a guitarist, not a keyboardist. But you can really hear the difference between having this swapped or non-swapped. We can try out other effects like clipping. For example, if I switch the sends in the E-piano, so rather than sending to bus 19, I'm now sending to bus 18. 18 comes in here. We're processing it with the Ven audio free clip. I'm gonna hard clip this. So you hear that clipping going on. Quite a bit of tremolo going on. I accidentally hit the mod wheel. So that is it. No variation with the swap, and then no swap. Much more pulled to the left, much more balanced. Now, I should note that this is effectively the same thing as opposite side processing when you have a true stereo mic'd signal. And so true stereo miking takes two microphones, places them in different variations, records a source, and then pans each microphone signal to the opposite end of the stereo panorama. It's nothing really new. It's just a way to apply opposite side processing to a stereo track, especially if we're working with VSTs that are naturally stereo. So to show this, I actually drew out some MIDI here in the E-piano. Just recorded that out. And then I split it into left and right channels. And then what I can do with these channels, you see that they are panned themselves. They are each mono. I can send one of them to bus 20. Bus 20 can come in on this little plate. Bus 21 can come in on this little plate. And if I wanted them opposite side, I could pan them out like this. So hard left being sent to 20, which is panned hard right, and vice versa. So we have opposite side reverb in this case. Let me unmute these. You can hear how it's opposite side panning. If I was to just solo out this hard left dry signal, see and hear that the reverb is on the right. And if I did the same thing for the right panned dry signal, the reverb is now on the opposite side. So this is fairly common in true stereo or even double tracked takes to do this opposite side processing. I just wanted to show you how you could do that same sort of thing with a stereo track from the get-go. Makes it a little bit easier and a little bit cleaner within our mixes inside our digital audio workstations. If this is proving insightful for you thus far, I would encourage you to hit that like button. It really helps out small channels like this on YouTube. I greatly appreciate it. Now let's hop into a full production session where I'm actually putting this technique into practice. All right, here we are inside a production session for a song I'm working on called I See You. This is going to be in an upcoming album. Not sure when it's coming out just yet. And once again, we have the E-piano right here, the stock one. And this is what it sounds like by itself. Adding some decapitation to it, so some clipping. Or at least some distortion. And then I'm sending this to bus 11. Bus 11 comes in here. I've got the Space Designer 100% wet, and I have this set to dual mono. But if we have a look over here, they are coupled, so it's the exact same settings. It's just that the left channel coming in will be processed by the left channel of this effect. The right channel coming in will be processed by the right channel. And of course, after that, I have a little bit of EQ just to take out some of the harshness in the top end, and then the gain with the swap right here. So here's what it sounds like without the swap. So it's almost as if the right channel information of this instrument is being pulled more to the right and the left channel information is being pulled more to the left. It almost sounds as if this reverb return right here is wider than the instrument itself. Once again. You can hear that, especially if you're using headphones. Now, if I swap this, it should be a little bit more balanced. Without. With. To me, that sounds more balanced. It is a little bit shrill by itself, but in the context of the mix, here it is without any swapping. Here it is with. In this case, it is very subtle, and it often will be very subtle when you're using subtle effects like a little bit of reverb right here. Just a cool way to get more balance or more dimensionality depending on what you're going to use it for within the mix. And of course, if you want to take things to the next level, you can always automate the swap on and off to give even more sonic variation if you wanted to. So again, super easy technique, super simple to set up. If you'd like more music production techniques, especially niche ones here that aren't necessarily talked about all that much, please subscribe to the My New Microphone YouTube channel. I plan on doing a whole bunch more of these videos in the near future. And as always, if you have any thoughts, questions, concerns, or just want to add to the conversation, please leave a comment down below. I do my best to reply to everybody, especially if they have some insights to share. And if you've made it this far in the video, there's going to be another card in this end screen that you can check out for another video on another cool music production technique that I think you'll really like. So do all of that. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.